Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Make sure you get over to jerichogreen.net. Once a week, I will have an exclusive video just for my website. I dropped one the other day, a topic I will not speak of on my YouTube channel. You got to get to jerichogreen.net, $3.99 monthly sub. Now, guys, if you've been listening to me for any amount of time, you probably heard me say, and I mean this, California will not, I'm not saying they will sometimes. I'm not saying they will most of the time. No. Every time, California will not be out stupid-ed. And they will not be out filth-ed, out filth. So, before I get to the meat of the video, let me talk about this. So there was a list that came out, as it does every year, from the Orkin Company. They're the ones that kill vermin. So they listed their top 10 rattiest cities. Now you got it for the 7th year in a row. Everybody, please stand up and put your hands together for Chicago, aka Chicago, aka America's shooting range. And I guess now we can call it America's rat cage, because 7 years in a row, Chicago is the most rattiest city in America. That's why I call Mayor Lightfoot, I call her Master Splinter. She is the rat king. I'm sure you can probably find a picture of her with a flute piping all these rats to Chicago. Hey, sorry, New York. Remember, New York used to be known for the rats. No, Chicago has that title and shows no signs of letting go. So I'll give you the other 9 spots of the top 10 rattiest cities in America. Chicago, number 1. LA, New York. Hey, there you are, New York. New York, DC. Now, DC, I don't know if they're counting the inhabitants of the Capitol building and the White House, but DC's in there. San Fran, shithole, Baltimore, Philly, Detroit, Denver, and rounding out the top 10, the hometown of LeBronica James, Cleveland, Ohio. Or I guess he was born in Akron. I don't care. Whatever. Cleveland. So, the reason I'm bringing this up is because all 10 of these cities have something in common. Now, when you have a list of 10 things and they all have one thing in common, can you call it a coincidence? Or is this just a result of what I'm about to tell you? So all 10 of these cities are Democrat strongholds. And I don't mean they've become Democrat in the last few years, the last decade even. No. Chicago, LA, San Francisco, New York, DC, all those cities have been Democrat stronghold. They haven't elected a Democratic governor or mayor, and I don't know, or a Republican mayor or governor, and I don't know how long. But that's one thing they all have in common, is they're all running into the ground by Democrat leadership. Now, does that mean if you have a Democrat leader in your city for years and years, is it going to be a disgusting cesspool shithole? I don't know if that's for sure, but I can tell you that the top 10 cities that are the rattiest in America are all run and have been run by Democrats for a long time. So chances are, if you have one of these cities where the Democrats have been in charge, mayor, police chief, governor, everything, all things in between, Democrat, not only are you going to have high crime, high violence, but you will have a high number of those tiny little rodents making their way into your living spaces, leaving their face grease and rat shit all over your inhabitants. Oh man, Chicago, you suck. So, like I was saying before, California will not be out stupided. And speaking of Democrat-run shitholes, I'll get to that in a second. But, folks, the world is literally becoming unhinged. Supply chains are breaking down and critical shortages are showing up left and right. People can sense that the other shoe is about to drop. They're ordering emergency food like crazy, which means you should too before you can't get any. I'm talking about the high quality emergency food you get from My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's leading preparedness company, and they've served millions of American families. Now, they want to help you by giving you $100 off their best-selling 3-month emergency food kit. This food stays fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage, so it will be there when you need it. And the meals in this food kit average over 2,000 calories per day. So don't wait. Go to preparewithjericho.com and claim your 3-month emergency food kit while you still can. You'll save $100 per kit if you act now. That's preparewithjericho.com. There continues to be a surge of orders. Make sure yours is one of them. Preparewithjericho.com. Now, what I wanted to talk about was, speaking of shitty Democrat-run cities, and this one in many cases takes the taco. This city is run by a woman who let illegals know that ICE was going to be coming to town. So she gave them a heads up, telling them, here's what you need to look for. If they come to your door, here's what you need to do and not do. Here's what you need to say and not say. Well, thanks for helping out the criminals. I'm talking about Oakland. I'm talking about Mayor Libby Schaaf, sorry. So this sorry piece of garbage, this empty suit turd, decided that they would not be outdone by New York. They said, hey, New York, what's up, man? This is California. Watch this. So I did a video a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, about New York unveiling a trio of stupid-ass statues. One was the patron saint of fentanyl, George Floyd. Then it was Breonna Taylor, and then it was John Lewis, I think was the third one. So they unveiled all these stupid-ass worthless statues at the same time. Well, Oakland said, hold up. Hold up, man. So now, or yesterday, I believe, they unveiled a statue of Huey P. Newton. You know, mostly famous for being one of the founders of the Black Panther Party. Sorry, I ruined your Black Panther Party. Anyway, so they unveiled a statue of Huey P. Newton. And you're saying, Jericho, what's wrong with unveiling a statue of Huey P. Newton in Oakland, where he co-founded the Black Panthers? He's not a piece of shit like George Floyd. No. That's because he's a worse piece of shit. Huey P. Newton is a convicted killer. One day in late October, I think it was October 28th, days from now, I'll get to that in a second. October 28th, back in 1967, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. A call comes in. Officer John Fry responds to the call. It was a traffic stop. My bad. It was a traffic stop. He responds to the traffic stop. He gets shot in the process. He gets shot in the chest, in the stomach, and the leg. And he died on the way to the hospital. Later on, Huey P. Newton was found at a local hospital having been shot in his arm. He was the guy who shot the police officer and killed him. He was convicted of manslaughter and not convicted of the more serious charges. He did 2 years, okay? Remember I said that this happened on October 28th. That's this Thursday. So they thought it was a good idea to unveil a statue of a cop killer days before the anniversary of that cop being killed. How fucked up is that? Huey P. Newton was a killer, a criminal, and he died a dope fiend. What is it with us and championing dope fiends? Criminals. You couldn't find a better resident of Oakland than Huey P. Newton to put a fucking statue of days before the anniversary of the cop's death that he killed? That's mean. Some might even say that's evil. What about Tony? Remember the mayor of San Fran shithole, Mayor Breed, she's talking about how crazy it was that Tony was performing. Aren't they from that area? I'd rather see them make a statue of Too Short than a criminal like Huey P. Newton. California, you ain't shit. You killed a cop. Not only did you get off, you got convicted of manslaughter, did 2 years, you get a statue. But here's the kicker, guys. Here is the fucked up cherry on top. Officer John Fry was black. Yes. Huey P. Newton, who started the Black Panthers, shot and killed a black cop. But I thought never mind. Forget it, guys. You know the whole CBLM. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to bring that up. Because, and another thing, what happened to them? Summer 2020, shit was everywhere. Have they solved all that? They cured our country of racism? Is that why we don't need CBLM anymore? Where are they? That is absolutely terrible and disgusting for them to have a statue of Huey P. Newton, a cop killer, and a dope fiend. What about the officer, the security officer, the black security officer that was killed in Oakland in the summer of 2020 at a federal building? Nothing. David Dorn? Nothing. But if you're up there with a mouth and a system full of drugs and you like to put guns in the bellies of pregnant women, or you can't pick a good man for shit and he ends up getting you killed, you'll get a statue. Oh, and if you're a big enough turd, don't worry, they'll give you 5 funerals and a golden casket. Oh, man. This shit is sick. But like I always say, guys, and I mean it, I keep giving you proof. California will not be out stupided it. And don't worry, I will put a link in the description box so you can read that video yourself and get that anger drop of blood from your nose. I'll tell you what I'm about to do. I'm about to get in here with my beautiful wife because the kids are at school. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net for those exclusive videos. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.